Hey guys, my name is Gray. I'm an Airsofter tournament player and a HKP enthusiast. Uh, this already the third video. Yo guys, I have to do the intro a little bit different because this is the third video I made. But the thing is, the second video I deleted all my clips of it. So I have to start this week with this video. So this is the second week, but this video should have come out the third week. That's why I say that. And yeah, this is the last one for now. Is a sleeper build. Is a sleeper build, like a semi sleeper build, but the full upper internals will definitely be done, and even the frame will get switched out. But first, I'm going to tell you why I started this channel. I think there's just not enough surrounding like info surrounding building high kappa. So I'm here sharing my knowledge that I have building and troubleshooting. Disclaimer, this is a hobby of mine. I do this for 8 years now and I learned a lot, spoke a lot of these people, spoke a lot of people along the way. For 5 years, of those 8 years, I'm building kappas now. Mostly my own, and later people asked me to also build their builds. So I'm always open to learn and discuss what you guys think and what your experiences are. So gladly leave that in the comments. So let's start what you guys are here for, me building high kappa. So I have here semi-stock 4.3. First we're gonna start with the upper, and we will start first with the BBU, blowback unit. I have here the HKP Customs Turbo BBU with a double O-ring at the piston, and we have here like a small socket that you can put in an extra piece to make it an early gas cutoff. My experience with this one, I had, I think, two, but it wasn't working well with my favorite nozzle that I used at that time, and I'm still using the Bugatti nozzle shell, and then I have my own internals with that shoot just as good as the edge enhanced nozzle, but that nozzle doesn't work well in the cold, so I think I'm going to switch out that one for now because it's getting colder again in my own builds. But yeah, it was just a nice off-topic thing that I just wanted to say. So, and we're gonna use that with a KGW nozzle. I think that this is KGW nozzle, but I have to search that extra. You can even put the pin to the side so it holds the internals. A bit like the ping mood nozzles that some of you probably already have built. I personally don't like the ping mood nozzles, but yeah, that's me, and others do like them, but everyone has a different opinion. So let's just assemble this one. I already lubed it up like with silicone oil, so let's just put it back together. And then the nozzle spring of Battle Flare, of course. This is my new, well, not necessarily new now, but it definitely is my favorite go-to nozzle spring. All the ones that he has, the 120, the 140, but I mainly use the 180. One thing I want to tell you guys is it's easy to get the blowback unit inside of a stock slide, but it's the way you get them out. It's the way you get them out. So now you get them in. Let me just push it in for a bit and I'll show you why. Normally with like a new aftermarket slide, you can just easily take it out, like really easy. But now with the stock slide, you can't really take it out, like can't pull it out like as easily as with the aftermarket slide. So what you need to do is you need to pull it apart, because it's plastic. You need to pull it apart and push with your thumb the blowback unit out, otherwise you can't take it out. Make sure when you do that the nozzle spring won't fly away. You can already see it already has tension on it. Wait, focus. Not focusing. Yeah, here we go. Already has tension on it, and if you don't watch out, it will fly off to a different existence. So we're gonna put this back. I just wanted to show you guys that that's not necessarily easy to do it, but I already did it a lot of times, and that's why it looks so easy. But just watch out that you don't break it, for all the strong people who are watching this video. So let's just put it back in. I'm gonna lie down, push the slide back in, and here it is. So now it's fully in, nice and flush. We'll first start with the rear side screw, because that's how I like it. I like to start at the top and then from the back. No pun intended. Then we go with the BBU screw, that's in the back. Then that is fully assembled. Then let's lie it on its back. Then we're going to start with the barrel. Like I already said, he bought it second hand, so he got this one. I think it's from 5KU, but yeah, it awfully looks the same like the Dr. Black ones, and I'll show you guys with my own personal build. So as you can see, it awfully looks the same, but yeah, it's not the same, because at this part you have like the 45 ACP, and with this one it has its own, I think what was it again? Super hollow, it's called again. And that's the Dr. Black one. I got the blue one. So put this to the side, because this is not the main character for today. So we have the barrel, and we got again the next hop up, now with a PDI 113. Yeah, PDI 113 and maple leaf 60-degree bucking that I mainly use in all my builds that I make. Then we have also an O-ring for a little bit of stabilization. Push it in, turn, and let's put it back in the stock slide. Here we go. Then we go to the guide wad. He already had in his last upper a Cowcow RM1. Then he had like one washer, and let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 GLP buffers that you can click onto each other. That's nice. And another washer. And I really don't know what spring it is. Like, it's a really small one, but that's why you can short stroke it a lot. And it will definitely work with a stock slide, because the stock slide is really light, and even with the BBU it will be more lighter. So let's put that back in, and oh yeah, of course this one is the AIP guide plug. So let's put that all back together, push it together, slide it right in, And what I sometimes do when I don't want my fingers to be stuck between everything, I sometimes just give it a little smack like this, just so that my skin don't get caught in it. So now it's fully assembled, the upper. Now we go to the frame, because yeah, we are going to switch out the frame, but I want to show you guys how a stock frame works. So let's take that off for now. Oh wait. So we got 2 whip screws. And of course, let's just take the frame screw out first. Here we go. Then the other grip screw. Okay, let's put this to the side now. Let's first take the thumb safety off. And one thing that I find annoying with the stock frames is that, well, the way that I showed you already with the grip and with the frame, is if you want to go inside, like the internals, you really have to take the grip off. And so it's like more work and more time consuming. It's for me now pretty easy to do it, but yeah, it's just annoying to do it if you are already so used to advanced frames, because sometimes you just don't want like take the whole thing off, you know. But let's use that for now for the video's sake. So with this one, you want to take off the side plate, and that's stuck with 1 screw. Take it out. And there we go. There we have two sides. Like one side is with a valve knocker, and you have behind another screw that you can take off. And then you will see the hammer lock pin. So for the video's sake, I'm gonna take that out also. So let's take the valve knocker out first. Put that to the side. And as I can see, this is the stock valve knocker. I can show you the difference between the silver stock valve knocker and the steel one from Airsoft Masterpiece that fits in this frame. So I put that to the side for now. And let's take the side plate off. And then we have 1, 2, 3 pieces. And then you can see the fire lock pin. And behind the fire lock pin, there will be I think you don't see it on the video, but there will be a spring right there. So what we are going to do is going to take this out, because we need this later for the advanced frame. Put this back, then put this one back too, screw back, and we're gonna put back the stock valve knocker. And here we go. Okay. One thing that I want to show you guys with the valve knocker, I already put it in, but I'm going to take it out again because I forgot to show you guys. So how I put the valve knocker in, I don't know if other people also do it like that. Probably the smart people will do. So one thing you have to do with the spring is it needs to be behind this part right here. Then, wait a sec. Here we go. It needs to be behind this part right here. So this part of the spring. Oh, let me see. So this part of the spring will have tension. This part of the spring will have tension. So what I do, I'm gonna grab the valve knocker, and you see the small hole inside the valve knocker. You're gonna put that on the spring. While you're doing that, make sure the other side of the spring doesn't come off. So I hold my finger against it. So what I'm doing is I'm gliding the valve knocker inside the socket with the spring, and then you'll have this. But now the spring is out of the hammer lock pin, so it will not lock itself, but I'm gonna put it back together just for the video's sake. So how it looks from the hammer side. So you have the sear, and as I can see still the stock sear, and the hammer, and the stock sear, if I can do it with my hands, wait a sec. The stock sear will lock itself on the hammer, and if I push it out, then I can move it, and that's how it works. So let's take the hammer out, let's take the sear out. I'll show you the difference between an aftermarket sear, a much better quality of course. So we got the stock sear and we got the Airsoft Masterpiece sear. If you switch these parts out, your trigger will be much lighter. And it's just, trust me on that, your trigger will be much lighter in a stock frame. So I'm gonna put the stock one back, and then we have the disconnector. Oh, whoops. Then we have this connector. This is still the stock one. The stock one. And let's put it back for the video's sake. So you'll see it like this, and the sear will be in front of the disconnector. And what you do with the leaf spring, I'll show you that part later, it will sit on the leaf spring, and the stock sear, the disconnector, oh, and again third time is a charm, guys. The disconnector will be used with your trigger, will be behind the disconnector, like right here where my ring finger is, and the trigger will push itself behind the disconnector, like on this side where I'm moving, and then where you saw that I locked the hammer, it will release itself so you can shoot. So that's why it's called the disconnector, to disconnect the hammer from the sear. So put this back together. First we have the disconnector, then we have the sear that you have to put between the disconnector, if you can see it, there in the hole. So you have to put it back there. We're gonna do that. It's not necessarily tricky, but sometimes you have to find the hole. no pun intended, and then it will look like this again. Okay, let's put this back together for the video's sake. Then we're gonna put this to the side because we are going to assemble the advanced frame again. Is it this one? No, it's the wrong one. It's this one. So let's put this to the side. Now I'm going to show you guys the stock grip. It's the same as the other grips I showed you guys, but it has a different pin and it has no mag roll, how you will buy it, so it will just look like this without a mag roll. So let's take this out, and what I already saw is that he bought a second hand, but it already has a cow leaf springs, one of my favorites. Well, it is my favorite, but and then yeah, we have the stock trigger, stock trigger bar, and what I recommend to always do, don't change the trigger bar out in a stock grip, because it will take a lot of, sometimes will take a lot of time to just do it well, because it doesn't always fit very well on an aftermarket trigger bar. So for me it's not useful when you already have like a flush, nice trigger bar that glides well in its own socket, to change it to a new one and then it's all grippy and you have to change it a lot. So I always recommend, when you change this, only change it when you are changing it to an aluminum grip. So I'm gonna put this back together with the frame, of course, because you guys know how I like to do that, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna put this to the side again, the grip, and I'm going to fully assemble the frame first and then put the grip on it. So what I'm going to do is grab the hammer housing again, of course, take that all off. I showed you guys in my last videos how that works, so I'm just gonna assemble it and probably edit out. The only thing that will also be changed is the hammer. It will be an Infinity black QB hammer. There's also one he already had, so let's put that in. And it's already so much easier to do this, because of course I explain a lot through disassembling it, but it's still faster to do it with the advanced housing, even while I'm talking. So we got this one, and one thing I forgot is that I maybe still needed the hammer lock pin, but the lucky thing is he had two, so I'm just gonna grab that one. Then I won't have to take the other one out, and that one was still stock, so I'm gonna put that one in. And again, I showed you guys this already in the video. I do it, I have the spring like this. If you can see it, no, you can't see it. Like this, a bit to the outside. So what I do, I use my nail like this to push it in, and then it will just glide in its socket. So now it's fully in. I'll keep holding it like this, glide it back in, bam. Then we have the pins, the thick one. You guys know I like to start with the thick one, and now I do have to start with the thick one. And one thing I forgot, I needed that series. That was inside. So I'm gonna take that one out. It will be fast now and I don't have to talk about it. Normally I recommend just changing this one out when you have advanced frame. Just also take a new disconnector with it. But in this case he does have one, so let me just put this one in. So now normally I could already had put in the pin for the housing inside, but because of that annoying piece right here, like the top, I can do that. So first the disconnector in, then I can put the pin in. And of course wiggle it around a bit because it's not aligned. I have to push it down a bit and a bit towards the hammer. And now it's all in. Okay. He also had this lying around, an Aspen Masterpiece plunger. And what I like about these plungers is they are like in one piece. So I think they tightened the spring on it. And it's just one piece like this. It will not fall off. But I think you can also just make that yourself with the other aftermarket ones, because like you can see here the stock ones are like 3 pieces. Like here are 3 pieces. So if you're not looking out, they will just fly off to nowhere. So with this it's much easier, and if it flies off you will grab everything and not just one piece or 2 pieces. So we're gonna grab this, grab the plunger, grip safety, and put in the stock thumb safety. Again, grab something thin, push it in, pinch the thumb safety and pull it back out. Then it will be assembled on. Make sure the hammer is down if you do that. So now the frame on itself is fully assembled, as you can see. So now we go back to the grip. Now normally if I put the grip and the frame together and afterwards I put the housing and then I'll put the leaf spring, that's much easier. But now I'll show you guys how most of you guys probably did it, or still do it. Is what I'm going to do first is make sure the hammer is up, because that's super annoying to do it like that. So you push the sear a bit towards the hammer. So now you can see it locks. But if you go between it and push the sear a bit towards the hammer, let me check, a bit towards the hammer, then it will unlock itself and then you can pull the grip safety up. So I'm going to hold it like this and then put the grip on it. The grip on it, and then put the leaf spring in. Make sure everything is on top of everything, on top of this connector, on top of the sear. I showed you in the last video how to do that. So we first start with the grip screws and then with the frame screw. Of course, don't tighten one all the way. Don't tighten all the way. Then we have the frame screw. And where is it? Oh, here we are. Here we go. There we have the frame screw. Put that one in. Then we have the hammer housing with the the stock top plug, and we got and it still has the stock hammer spring. So what we are going to do, we're going to put that back in. Make sure it works. I can already, if I'm holding it like this, the pin is not inside yet, but if I hold it like this, I can already shoot it, so I can already see, okay, it's working right now. But where is the pin? Here's the pin. Put that halfway in, and then slam the rest in. And then check if everything works. Make sure the disconnector is moving freely. The hammer lock pin works, and of course the grip safety is still on, so grab it and it works. Okay, that's a pretty nice trigger. But now we can put the upper right back on, but let's just lube the frame a bit, like the rails. Just a little bit. All the way in. And let's put it back on. Make sure the outer barrel is completely aligned, because now I can already see it's not fully aligned right now. So let's just turn it back where it's supposed to be and slide it back slowly, and now I can put it back on. Then we have the stock slide stop. It's already modded a bit, so if it's short stroke a lot, you can just put it in. Let's see if I can take it off. Yeah, here we go. Then we can just put it in. But with a normal stock slide stop, you have to, of course, pull it back and then you can take it out. But with that simple mod, you can just put it in like that. So yeah, this is a moderate sleeper build. It works. I can feel it has a nice trigger already, but we are going to test it one out later. But it will be later for me, but for you it will already be on the end of the video. If you have more questions, just put them in the comments. If you have other build or other questions regarding troubleshooting or things, you can just ask me and I'll try to make a video on it, or a short on it, if it's too much of a hassle to make a full video on it. But yeah, sometimes it can be explained in a short while. But this is the moderate sleeper build with a 3.9 frame. But to be honest, I do like the look a bit on a 3.9 frame on a 3.9 slide. I myself like it on, I like the look that you have with a 4.3 frame with a 4.3 slide. You just have a full compact replica, like a full compact pistol. So yeah, that's also nice. But yeah, I do rock this look, man. I do like this look. Okay guys, I'll see you next time. Okay, peace.